Welcome back to another episode of Max's Muscle TV podcast, and we are going back into the vault watching a classic Max's Muscle TV episode from Series 7, run by, who was it, Dirk? Good old Dirk Lamb and a couple of his boxing clients there who were apparently very high-level athletes, Luke. I am not that into sports-specific training, but I could see a lot of what was going on here was they're replicating movement patterns and working the boys hard and getting them prepared for some upcoming fights. A very, very intense workout. What did you think?
Mate, I thought we had to put this one on just for credibility with the channel because, look, the most viewed video on our channel is BJJ versus Bodybuilder. It's a bit of clickbait. It's a good episode. Definitely watch it. But this one was a genuine workout that you can actually watch and get something from. Fantastic boxing workout with lots of different techniques, lots of different movements. I think they said they did 3 3-minute rounds, took a break, was it? And maybe repeated that for about 45 minutes. So super intense training program. Scotty, I'll tell you what, there was one thing that I noticed. I have not seen anyone use the agility ladder like that for push-ups in my time. Have you?
No, I have not. I was looking at that and I was thinking, man, this is going to be great, just a great workout in general, but also pretty damn hard on the core strength. So it not only replicating, like, I guess, sort of a boxing power to a degree, but you're bracing at the same time, which is probably quite sports specific for bodybuilding, for boxing, excuse me, because you want to keep that core tight. Just in case you're going to eat a body blow. So, yeah, it was really interesting. My favorite bit was, I don't know if you've ever seen Mike Tyson do his headwork drills where he'd have a string across the gym and he'd bop and weave and duck underneath it. I respect the boys here. They don't mess around with strings. They're not soft like Tyson. They use a Smith machine. So if you're gonna misjudge it, you're gonna crack your head on an iron bar. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But outside of that, it was just how fast and explosive these guys are. I've done enough martial arts to know that I'm not a martial artist, and I think it's good for everyone to do a little bit of combat sports because it definitely humbles you. Like if you have been in a combat situation with people that are really highly trained, you realize you probably shouldn't go out on the street and pick a fight with someone you don't know, just in case that they are highly skilled. And I look at the way these guys move and how coordinated they are with their footwork and their handwork. Like I can plant my feet and throw a punch, but then I'm completely off balance. And if there's a punch coming back my way, I'm probably just going to eat it. Whereas these guys are so light on their feet, so explosive, so coordinated between the hands, the feet, the core. It's super, super impressive stuff. And some of the other things, the rotation drills, man, I was very impressed. I think Mr. Dirk Lamb knows exactly what he's doing when you're trying to combine conditioning in a very sports-specific way.
It's a great workout routine. There's lots to learn from. You know what I like, Scotty, where you're holding the dumbbells just in your elbows and you're doing the ducking and weaving through that. I thought that looked extremely difficult, but it's nice to have some genuine martial arts or boxing on the channel after our famous clickbait title, the BJJ versus Bodybuilder.
Yeah, so if you want to see some real athletes and the way they train, not this superficial bodybuilding stuff, stick around, watch the episode, and you'll most likely learn a thing or two.
Welcome back to Muscle TV. Well, Dirk Lamb's routines are always a bit different to the norm, but always super effective. And tonight's is no different as he takes us through a fantastic boxing circuit. Take it away, mate.
Today we're doing a circuit that we generally use 3 or 4 weeks out before a fight for the fighters who I train. Today we're going to be joined by Camille and Ibrahim Bala. They're boxers of a pretty high pedigree. They've turned pro. Ibrahim's gone to the Olympics and they've had several pro fights and they currently hold championships in Australia. With the 2 boxers we're using today, we're going to do 3-minute circuits which reflect exactly what they do in a boxing fight. We've got 5 of them to do. When we complete all 5 mini circuits, it'll go for 15 minutes. More often than not, we'll repeat the circuit 3 times. That's a total of 45 minutes with a short rest in between. Now, within each 3-minute block for each circuit, we'll be doing a minute of 3 different exercises. So you're not just doing one exercise for the entirety. And again, it has to reflect sort of the different movements that'll happen in a ring. This circuit that we'll perform today isn't just solely for boxers. Anyone really can use this to improve their movement, improve their fitness. You could also use this as a fat loss circuit if that's what you're trying to do. All right, boys, ready to go?
Yep.
Set, minutes on, go. So the first circuit the boys will be performing involves a speed ladder. Good. So we're going to use the speed ladder with the boys to hone in on their footwork.
Stick that jab. Boom, yeah.
The second exercise in circuit 1 will be using a tiny little weighted ball, and they can actually clutch it in the palm of their hands and let go of it exactly like a punch. So obviously it's working the muscles involved in punching. There is a lot of hand-eye coordination involved with it as well, because the guys will have to catch it as it bounces off the wall and try to get off their next throw as fast as they can. The third exercise in circuit 1, the boys will be performing as partners, will be a simple throwing exercise with a medicine ball for their obliques. Face the other way and go for it. They'll perform 30 seconds facing one direction, 30 seconds facing in the other, so there's obviously a balance.
Yep. All right. Have a minute's rest. We go to circuit 2.
Circuit 2, we're going to, again, use a ladder drill. However, we're just going to change the pattern of the footwork.
I stick that jab right out, Cam. That's it. Like you're really hitting me. Come on.
They'll be using, again, the dumbbell to jab with to build up the coordination of using their feet and their hands together. We're going to change the throw for the second exercise. They're going to perform what I would term a discus style of throw into the wall. And that's really to build the rotational power that you'll find in punching, especially when you're hooking. It might not be exactly the way it looks when you're throwing a punch, but in terms of the way the muscles are loaded, it is quite similar. So in circuit 2, the third exercise they're performing is another rotational exercise performed on the wall. They'll have a weighted bag. They'll actually stand in their boxing stance, and they'll perform what we call a rotational smash, just going left to right for the duration of a minute.
2, 1. Take a minute rest.
We then move into circuit 3.
Minutes on. Go.
Again, we change up the ladder drill. Instead of moving up and down, we're actually going to get them to do side to side, or lateral movement, as we like to say, which is extremely important in boxing, obviously. Again, they're going to be using the small dumbbells for their punches in that too. And then we're going to use the Smith machine. We're going to set it at a certain height, and the boy's going to do ducking and weaving drills underneath it. Good. The last exercise we'll do in circuit 3 is a little dumbbell squatting exercise with a twist. Okay. Again, it's just to build up a very specific movement pattern that we find in boxing.
Good. Keep the rhythm up. Right till the end. 3, 2, have a rest.
Circuit number 4, we're going to use the speed ladder entirely different. So instead of for footwork, we're actually going to do work for their arms. Builds up stability in the joints, in the wrist, elbow and shoulder, which are the 3 main joints when you're throwing punches. The second exercise we'll do is another upper body one, using a kettlebell. Simply call it an up and out press. Again, it's just to build stamina through the shoulders. Pushing out in front of you is the way a punch is thrown. But obviously, we know that punches can be thrown in different planes of motion. So you've got a straight punch, you've got your hooking kind of punches, you've also got uppercuts. So this will help the shoulder in 2 different planes of motion, which you'll find in a boxing fight.
All right, on the 20, bro.
3, we're going to do an exercise, what we call anchors. It's really a leg exercise because your legs are just bobbing up and down continually. The real good benefit with this one is the hand-eye coordination. Now, even though it's not highly specific in terms of it's not using a punching movement pattern, but still it requires a massive amount of concentration built into the exercise. From there we move into circuit number 5 and the final circuit that we'll perform.
And go.
We'll go through a second hand drill on the speed ladder. Even if you're not a fighter, you're going to get a lot of benefit out of following a program like this. And you can make modifications to suit yourself. Again, great for all-round conditioning, excellent for fat loss. Beginners or advanced trainers can use this circuit to get a lot out of it. And then we're going to use an elastic band to do a side squat or a side lunging pattern. The reason why we use a band, one, it's going to allow them to build up a little bit of extra speed because of the band resistance. So when they need to move side to side in a fight, they can do it with greater speed. Also, it's going to allow them to develop power through movements as well, and strength and speed. Finally, the boy's going to lie down on a football with some light dumbbells.
Go.
What I term as rolling punches, that's the exercise they'll be performing. The boys are actually going to roll their upper body off the ball and press out at the same time, which is pretty similar to how they would perform punches when they're boxing. Their body twists and their arm comes out pretty much simultaneously, or one just after the other, and we can use the fitball to emulate that kind of movement pattern.
As well as being high-level elite athletes, Camille and Ibrahim are also brothers. Usually that means they'll be very competitive. So I'll put the question to them. Who trains and who works the hardest?
Definitely me.
Yeah?
Well, as you can see by the sweat, well, we just did, who's working harder?
Well, we're going to use round 2 to see exactly who does work the hardest.
All right, let's find out.
All right. Nice, here. That's it. That's it. Good try, Iggy. Nice. Very nice, Iggy. Good. Get your rhythm first, get your rhythm up. Beautiful, keep them hands up. Even if your shoulders are getting tired. Time. Good work, guys.
Thanks, bro. Yes.
There's no cure for this one!